You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious
about business.
Serious about business.
The aim of the Jamaica Computer Society is to promote the efficient and effective use of information technology in Jamaica. We're here at their first, for 2016, their first JCS members mingle. Of course, Business Access TV is here and we'll have all the highlights, so stick and stay.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be the first in a series of interesting, informative, educational events that are going to be hosted by the Jamaica Computer Society, or the JCS. We're going through changes, we're improving. I'm sure our President Sheldon will tell us a little bit more about that. My name is Chris Record, T-Tech, Director of Sales and Marketing, Vice President of Membership for the Jamaica Computer Society.
JCS was conceptualized in 1973 by some visionaries. Are any of them amongst? No, Sheldon? No. Okay, it would have been interesting to point out a few of them. Of course, the reason was to address the need for a forum for professional IT practitioners to network and to develop and extend their knowledge base. And of course, it was legally incorporated in 1975. I need to speak briefly about the evolution, though, of the concept then and ICT and how it has evolved to this point. While the core reason that inspired the conception of the JHS remained relevant, ICT evolved to the point where most, if not all of us here, irrespective of your background, learning or socialization, have been users of technology in some way or form. Whether it be through the smartphone, I'm sure most of us here have smartphones, Instagramming, Facebooking, Twitter, you name it. So through smartphones, productivity tools, supporting business strategies, whether you're doing mergers and acquisitions, product development, pricing, you name it, different strategies for your business, software development, business process improvement. Since we're all users of ICT in some way, the JCS has evolved to include members to serve and meet the needs of you and the population at various walks of life. And this includes, of course, members of the PSOJ. The aim of the JCS is to be the national body that provides, thank you, Chris, that provides leadership in the promotion of the efficient and effective use of information technology in Jamaica. And of course, we believe the JCS will point you in a direction to answer not just your ICT needs, but in extension, your process improvement. Since, hear me better now? Since, as mentioned earlier, business process includes some ICT solution. So on that note, why should you become a member of the JCS? Of course, there's a networking with peers. As you look around, I can see quite a few persons who have worked with in the past. So the value, it is very important that we promote our value proposition as an entity. And we believe that the networking opportunity is very important and we could get great value from that. Of course, there's an opportunity to network with potential employers and employees. Job opportunities may exist here, and we believe that we can help to facilitate that. Get advice on ICT projects or service providers, gain leadership experience serving on JCS committees or special interest group, continuous learning through relevant ICT seminars and workshops, showcase your products or services to JCS members, give back to Jamaica, improve ICT. It's very important, I'd imagine that as a nation, as we seek to progress to become eventually a first world nation, that we do so in a wholesome way. ICT, again, is among us. It is integrated in our lives. And I can't imagine any policies in your business, profit or not-for-profit entity, that you would want to include some sort of direction where IT is concerned. And so it's very important that we take advantage of that in this forum here. Among our immediate goals, of course, is to increase membership body, corporate and individual, right? Create linkages between ICT service providers, ICT professionals, ICT consumers, government, academia, and student bodies. Hosting relevant networking events like this now, workshops and seminars. Establish an ICT professional skill bank.
Give me a short summary of what your presentation was about.
Well, my presentation is really about trying to solicit membership to the JCS.
Right.
The JCS is an organization that's about 40 years old, a little bit more, and it had a great period, had an impact on Jamaica, and I'd like to think the development of Jamaica. But somewhere along the line, we sort of, I don't want to say lost our way, but we lost energy a bit. And so, through our president, Sheldon, a colleague of mine, he was very impassioned about bringing back the JCS. We spoke about it, I'm sure as we have spoken to other people. And I like the idea because I remember the JCS from back then. They had the great conferences, the whole sector, the business sector was in, the IT sector was in. I thought we were good for that. And so it wasn't a hard sell for me to come on board. So our main aim was to really see how we can get a renewed life into JCS and see what are some of the things, right, that we were lacking, among ourselves, and we're yet to complete the research, but some of the things were quite obvious to us in terms of trying to solicit membership, and we would have started to go on that road and go for the big wins, and so I think it's a great start for us. Our event was oversubscribed. It was 100 people, I can tell you. There are many more people who are coming on board, just with everything, there are learning curves, so the next time we hope to get it better, and of course, about our super weekend coming up.
Right.
Yes.
And what would you say to those who are not members? Why should they join the JCS?
Well, I hope I would have hit that in my presentation, but technology is embedded in whatever we do. So it's part of our lives. So, and I say that to say this, that the JCS, not because it's Jamaica Computer Society, it's not an organization that's attracting techies. Of course techies will be there, but we are more like solution providers to your lives. How do you better your lives? How can we complement your lives to make it better? And so I think that touch a chord with all of us, because we are all integrated in that, and we could deal with that, So I don't know how much more I could say. JCS is for all of us, and you all need to be on board.
So we're in the digital age. Now, who knows what that means? Or who doesn't know? So I'm going to ask somebody, because it looks like everybody knows. What do we mean by the digital age? Okay. Well, yeah, that's a part of it. But let's start. Before 2000, we're just people just surfing the web. Amazon and eBay were forerunners and all of that. And of course, that's where the multi-billion-dollar business. Between 2000 and 2005, e-business, a lot of people started putting up websites, and people just started to get comfortable in doing transactions on the internet. I think about 2004, Facebook started and all of that, and so between, let's say, 2004 right to 2000, the digital marketing has really kind of taken off. But right now we're in the phase where it's called a digital business. And digital business, the difference, we talk about people, then people and business, still people and business with digital marketing, and we have people, business, and things. Now the future, according to Gartner, is that by 2020, which is not too far away, there will be 20 billion devices on the internet. 20 billion. Now, how many people are in the world? How much? 7 billion. So we're talking in the 3 times the amount of people that will be connected on the internet. Now we're talking about future of marketing. That toaster oven then, maybe it likes particular seasoning. So when it is actually, maybe it can, what will actually happen, your marketing will have to go to another level, because instead of marketing to people, you have to find a way to market to devices. So you have a car that knows that, boy, the last time I got petrol from the station, I never feel good with it. My sensors tell me, say, boy, don't go here again. So you're trying to go to the station and the car going to start warning. I said, no, remember, 6 months ago. Don't work, right? So these things, this technology exists, but I said, what's the problem now? I said, there's a rush to get everything on the internet, and I really want Jamaicans to be a part of that market, right? Well, I'll be business process outsourcing, Odetta, you're here, you're the queen of business process outsourcing, right? No, that's our art, there's no doubt about it. But there's so much more things that we can be doing in IT. And digital marketing is also key. Dan Bernadette, overseas, I'm very happy that he's actually here, because he's gonna really teach us about not only about what is digital marketing, but some of the opportunities that are here. And I'm very proud that, and one of the good things on the JCS, because Dan, all his customers are overseas right now, but he said he wanted to have Jamaicans involved in creating some of the work from his overseas clients. And he flew in yesterday, and he has started a project with UTech, where he has students now that he's actually paying them real money to develop digital applications for his clients overseas. And that was a result of him reaching out to the JCS and we making that connections. And we want to make a lot more of those connections.
Mr. Sheldon Powell, who is the president of the Jamaica Computer Society. First of all, tell us about the society and what your goals are.
Okay, the Jamaica Computer Society is a society for ICT professionals and for anybody who uses ICT in their business. So that basically covers all of Jamaica, right? Well, some of my goals is like to have events like this where we can network, learn from each other, have interesting topics that whether you work in IT or as a use IT, you can come here and learn something about it.
Okay, and what has been your biggest takeaway from tonight?
Well, I've always been a fan of anything digital, right? But I actually learned a lot in terms of when you look at how you go about spending money on the different medias, to kind of make sure that how you choose to spend the money, to make sure that you get actually value from it.
Right. And what would you say is the impact of the JCS on the ICT sector?
Well, right now, I think we're off to a good start. I have a target of getting at least 500 members, and that includes people that are, as I said, not ICT professionals. Right now, I think our membership is about 80, so I do have a long way to go. But from tonight, based on the fact that the turnout that I've gotten, I think that we'll have more people kind of working together, and that will eventually improve the ICT sector in Jamaica.
I have been working in the digital business now for quite some time. And one of the things that I see businesses have issues with in a first world economy such as the United States is understanding how to navigate through the labyrinthian and the complex digital information. We in the digital business, we love to use our acronyms and our fancy words, and we like to confuse our customers because it makes them depend upon us more. And so my goal for the work that I do is to eliminate the confusion and to help people understand the opportunities that are available. Now, what I really want to convey to the audience tonight is really this. And as we go through this, I want to expand a little bit and show you the anatomy of what a search engine results page looks like and what it is that you're actually doing when you're engaging your audience at deeper and deeper levels and getting your constituency of prospects and clients and customers to actually do business with you. I want you to understand that. But the other thing that I really want you to understand is that there is tremendous opportunity not only to advance your business digitally, but there's also an incredible amount of opportunities available in the global digital ecosystem that is inherently available here in Jamaica for Jamaican businesses to avail themselves of. There are refrigerators right now in Japan and the United States that they're testing marketing on, where businesses like Samsung and Whirlpool and Kenmore are testing, as Sheldon said, marketing very specific things to specific. A Target is working with Kenmore and Westinghouse right now to identify what grocery items folks are putting in their refrigerator and sending very specific mailers to their home based on what they're buying and putting in their refrigerator. It is real. And so what we're talking about now is today, is what do we do today? And what are we using? What tools are we using to talk to our constituents today? And as I said before, if you want me to slow down, I will, but I'm going to move very rapidly because I would like an Appleton and cranberry before I leave. So, all right. So let's talk about your buying funnel. And I think it's important for businesses to understand what their buying funnel is and how your external constituents of prospects interact with your business. Because it's important to understand that so you understand then what strategic tools you're going to utilize to implement the programs that are going to allow you to drive your prospect down the conversion funnel, right? And so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but there are two things I'm going to talk about, right? When you're talking about marketing, marketing comes in two forms, and I won't spend a ton of time in it, but it comes in directional and creative. Directional is what Wayne mentioned is a display advertising, when you build a pretty display ad and you build your brand awareness, right? You want people to be aware of you. Directional is what the old Yellow Pages was and is now what Google, Yahoo, and Bing are, which is you're pulling them into your business when they decide that they've made a decision that they want to buy from you. So that's something to be aware of as you think about going forward with your digital marketing initiatives. Okay, so changes in 2015 marketing budget trends. I'm not going to go down all of it, but as Wayne mentioned, content marketing, a huge part of that initiative. Mobile marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, video advertising, paid search, webinars, online display marketing, you name it. If you look at the changes in where businesses should focus, it's all moving towards digital initiatives and how you are interacting with your device every day at home, work, and school. And the way you interact with your device and the way you interact with the companies and the businesses that you want to do business with is how those changes are happening. And they're happening every day, every single day. Does anyone here know what SEM is, PPC, what Google advertising is? SEM directs traffic to websites. That's simply, you buy traffic from the publisher being Google, Yahoo, Bing, but for the purposes of this conversation, we're going to call all publishers Google. SEM simply means search engine marketing. And with search engine marketing, you're essentially buying traffic from the publisher, and when someone is searching on their mobile, their desktop, or their tablet device for your goods and services online. That's simply what SEM is. And that's what an SEM page generally looks like. What is SEO? SEO is, again, this is Mr. Nunn. SEO is simply the process of perfecting. And what I wanted to do was use images to help you to understand what it actually looks like. Because a lot of time we talk about what this means, we talk about what it is for your business, but we don't know what it looks like. And so what I wanted to do tonight was use images so you get a better understanding of what it actually looks like when we're talking about it. Because when you go to the search engine results page, which I'm going to acronymize it and call it SERP, right? When you go to a search engine results page, as a business participating in the digital ecosystem, you need to start understanding what it all looks like. So that when you're talking to someone like me who's trying to confuse you with the 100 different acronyms that we put out there, you understand where we're coming from. And as you start building your business digitally, and as you start digitizing your business's processes and how your business works, and how your business engages at a deeper level with your buyers or the people that you service and the customers that you service, you really need to understand from what it looks like and what folks like us are talking about. Web design. Wayne talked about it a little earlier. It's really, really, really important, guys. Your website is your digital storefront. It's your office. It's your school. It's where you're going to make that primary initial digital handshake with folks online who are wanting to do business with you. If your website does not reflect the level of commitment you have to your own business, if it doesn't speak about you in a way that connects with your audience, well, they're just going to skip along and move to the next person who better connects with them. It's really, really critical for all businesses and all of you here tonight in your business, no matter what your business function is to start looking at your website in a very critical way and talking to the stakeholders in your business about what your website is imparting to the online searcher, to the person who is online looking at your website, on your website right now, and ask yourself, does my website answer the crucial questions that a potential customer wants it to answer? And then you ask yourself, when someone comes to my website, what do I want them to do? What action do I want them to take? And then ask yourself, are they taking that action today? And if they're not, why not? And if they are, hooray, good. How do I get them to do more of that? And so those are your website is today one of the most important tools that you're going to use to affect today's consumer. And as you start thinking about, what do we call them today? Generation X? Okay, guys, listen. It's really important that you consider that Generation X primarily utilizes the internet for almost every single thing they do. And so if you don't start courting Generation X today, well, the business that's courting Generation X is going to be selling to Generation X in 2 to 5 years while you are shuttering up your shop, right? And trying to figure out what else you're going to do for a living or start worrying about your retirement planning.
Now here with Jason Scott. He's the youngest member of the JCA's council. First of all, you're what's the name of this business and what do you do?
Oh, the company's name is Real and we primarily do e-commerce and big data analysis.
Okay, and how has being a part of the JCA helped your business?
Oh, we've actually met with a lot of the other council members and their businesses, and they've been giving us a lot of contracts to help them analyze their data and find more use in their data, primarily.
And what would you say to those who are not yet members?
You missed out on the JCS Mingle, and you should come for the next one because the food was great, the drinks were great, and the speakers were wonderful.
Good. And what has been your takeaway from this event?
Oh, it really opened my eyes to digital marketing and paid advertising, and I think it's something that all businesses should take advantage of so that they can get their brand out there more.
Talk to us about JMMB's involvement in the JCS.
Well, we're a sponsor of this event, and we are actually our group Chief Investment Officer. Chief Investment, start over here, man.
Can you speak up with your response?
Yeah. Well, JMB, we're really happy to be associated with this event. I believe Jamaica needs to be digitally connected. The digital revolution is on hand, and we need to be a part of this revolution. We need to be reinventing, recreating the way we do business, and JMB is committed to supporting a group like the Jamaica Computer Society, because these guys seem to be serious about advocating, serious about moving forward, serious about bringing information technology to the way we do business in Jamaica. If we don't adapt, if we don't change, there is the amount of disruption that's occurring across the world in information technology. If we don't continue to reinvent ourselves, we will fall behind. And I believe Jamaica has enough of the professionals, the IT professionals, to see us forward. So therefore, educating ourselves through events like this is wonderful. So it's a great event, and JMB is happy to be a sponsor of such an event.
Absolutely. And as we talk about JMB, what's on the forefront now for you guys?
Well, we're moving forward with the digital strategy. We're really looking to roll out our digital solutions, and that's a main area for us in terms of efficiency, in terms of the client touch points. It is important that we get this right because the competition they are moving forward, so we need to continue on this path. It has been good. We have great solutions like our Moneyline solution. Candy, you should have an account at JMB. I'm not too sure why you need one.
How do you know that I don't?
Well, I believe about half of the population of Jamaica has one, so therefore maybe you have one also. But by the time we finish this conversation, you will have one. All right.
And that's it from us here at the Jamaica Computer Society's Members Mingle. I'm Candy, signing out for Business Access TV.